Alright, first thing we're going to do is remove the ECU cover. Just grab right here, pull up, comes right off. Set that to the side. Once the ECU cover's off, you're going to remove these two tabs, the red ones, push in where it says press, and flip it down. There's another one down at the bottom where you do the same and flip it upwards. And pull that right off your ECU connector. Check and check. Next we're going to remove the 4 ECU screws. Use a T30 I believe it is, and a small ratchet to get to them. Anytime I work on anything, I put all the screws in a Ziploc to keep them from getting lost or losing one, or just, it makes everything easier when reassembling. There's 4 of these. Just look at the 4 corners, you'll see them. They're large black screws. Pull this guy out, set him to the side. Make sure you keep this gasket with it. Next step is to remove the vacuum fitting from the end of the inlet manifold. So what you do is you take a 13mm open end, slide it over the actual vacuum fitting, and push inward towards the manifold, pushing the red circular object in towards the manifold while you pull outward on your inlet, on your vacuum tube. Next step, we're going to remove the mass sensor. Remove the vacuum tubes that you just disconnected. Squeeze the back where it releases it and pull it out. The T25 Torx bit. 2 screws on the MAF itself. One on top, one on bottom. Next step is going to be pull the MAF backwards to disconnect it. Just grab the pipe of the MAF, whatever you have left if you have stock. Just pull, wiggle a little bit, and it'll come right out. There's a rubber grommet type silicone connector in there that you'll just grab and pull out also. Looks like this. So this is your first time removing the intake. There's going to be a small zip tie holding your ECU harness to the intake box right here. Make sure you get rid of that before you try removing your intake. You don't want to damage your ECU harness. After you remove the ECU harness zip tie, there's another one located right down here on this guy. You have to remove that also before removing it. Next step, I'm going to disconnect this bolt and this bolt holding the scoop on. Then we're going to disconnect the 2 catches. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to twist this instead of trying to twist the hose. This will have to come out anyways to give you more room to work with this, so you might as well do 2 with 1. Sorry, this is an 8mm. To release it, just take a small screwdriver and lift it up above these 2 lifts right here. Once it's right here, you can just lift it right out. Now here comes the pain in the butt part. Right down here and right here are 2 catch releases. Basically we're going to have to take this intake housing, pull up and away, angle it where that bottom goes down, and we can slide it out this way. It's going to be fun. one. Here's the second one. Seems that there's another ECU type thing down here connected, so we're gonna pick that off, I guess. It was one T30, and there's a slide release down here at the bottom. So you undo the screw here, grab I'm not actually sure what that is, wiring harness bundle, and slide it towards the front of the car. And you're constantly checking over here, make sure whatever you're snagging on, you clear. There it is. Here are the 3 retainers for the intake box. So basically you just pull up and towards you. Do one, the other, then the middle will come with them. Alright, we're going to remove that rubber hose to the throttle body. Just take a flathead. Twist it. The worm type connector. Once it's loose, just push it down. Work from both sides. Alright, now it's off. Disconnect the vacuum hose right here. Alright, another vacuum hose right here. Alright, next step we're going to remove the screws that connect the lower to the upper inlet. There's one here, 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 pretty much every runner. So we're going to start with that. Okay, so the battery died. All we do is finish removing the bolts that were in the bottom of the upper inlet manifold. You can see where they went, right here. And then we remove the throttle body from the inlet manifold by removing these 4 T30 screws right here. Once you pull this off, you want to make sure you grab this green O-ring right here, because we're going to reuse it. It's going to be, put your green O-ring in there, put your throttle body on like so. Use the Elevate supplied new screws. Firm believer of always cross tightening. Gonna take the new gasket that comes with the Elevate kit right here, match it up. These are the bolts we're going to use. Same ones that came out. We're going to take our connector, reconnect it while we still have it off. Got one started. Basically, I like to start all the bolts before I start tightening anything down, because it gives you wiggle room in between each bolt set. If you tighten it down first, then you have no wiggle room to try to get the other ones in. Now we're going to take the elevate hose clamps. Those are hose clamps that elevate supply. Just these guys. The big one goes on the big hose right here. Reconnect it. Little one goes on this little hose. Reconnect it. Now we're just going to tighten those down. Might as well reconnect this while we're here. So we can tighten them all down at once. Reconnect this guy. Well, technically you should reinstall your intake, but I'm going to install a Eurosport tuning intake, so stop the video here.